I personally don't like to see guys take punishment, especially at the latter part of their career, because again, a piece of you is always left when you step out of that ring. Every time you go into the ring, you're not the same person that comes out the ring. I don't care who you are.
This camera. If Manny Pacquiao Floyd Mayweather gets made, it does more than Terence Crawford Canelo on Netflix.
Oh wow!
Clip that.
He pulled out a good. I don't know if he interviewed Floyd or it's just his imagination, but it's something that has people talking about, so it's going to be a great fight.
Leonard Ellerbe has advised Floyd Mayweather against stepping back into the ring with Manny Pacquiao. He cautioned that boxing remains an unforgiving sport where a single misplaced punch can alter a fighter's entire destiny. Ellerbe stressed that during the later chapters of a career, boxers should steer clear of dangerous matchups and instead concentrate on safeguarding their wealth and preserving their well-being. In his view, once a legacy has been firmly established, there is nothing left to validate, and seasoned fighters should embrace life rather than pursue avoidable risks.
Do what's best for him. If he feels as though the time is now to walk away, but I personally don't like to see guys take punishment, especially at the latter part of their career, because again, a piece of you is always left when you step out of that ring. Every time you go into the ring, you're not the same person that comes out the ring. I don't care who you are. And boxing is a brutal, brutal sport. And all it takes is, one punch here, and again, your whole life is completely changed. And the key is to get in this sport and to become successful, meaning fight the best guys that are out there, and then make a lot of money, and then be able to go out and do whatever it is you want to do. Obviously, with being in a position to take care of your family, that's what it's all about.
In an uncommon public remark, Floyd Mayweather's son expressed that he does not favor the idea of his father returning for a rematch with Manny Pacquiao. Without mentioning Manny by name, his words conveyed genuine worry for his father's safety. He seems convinced that Floyd has already accomplished everything in boxing and has no further proof required. The advice to skip a second encounter comes from heartfelt concern rather than rivalry. It underscores how the families of retired fighters often prioritize health and peace over reputation.
I don't know. You gotta ask him.
Hey, brother, would you like one question?
No.
Can I ask one question? Hey, brother, can I ask one question? Can I ask one
everybody's older.
Can you put another shrimp on the box?
Manny Pacquiao has clearly announced that he stands ready for any opponent, including Floyd Mayweather, if the chance presents itself. He urged Mayweather to put pen to paper if he truly intends to come out of retirement. Pacquiao's stance is unmistakable. He is assured, ready, and views unresolved matters between the two icons. The challenge mirrors his fighter's mentality, believing in his skills and seeking another opportunity to even the score. With recent outings proving he still possesses the fire, Manny is not waiting, he is daring.
Floyd Mayweather out, and maybe you guys get a rematch right here in this same building. Do you feel like that this version of you beats the version of Floyd Mayweather that exists today?
It's hard to talk about the fighter who retired already. If he comes out and go sign the contract and we'll fight. Let's fight again if he wants. I have no problem with that. I'm active now. I don't pick my opponent. I don't, I fight him.
WBC President Mauricio Suleiman offered a balanced viewpoint. He recognized Floyd Mayweather's iconic reputation and noted that the sport does not require another battle from him. However, he conceded that if the fans keep demanding it, a rematch carries real possibility. His outlook highlights boxing's business-driven reality where public interest often shapes outcomes. While Floyd may not require the bout, strong fan demand might be enough to make it happen.
Can you see a scenario where, obviously, Floyd, who's held the WBC titles many over his career, maybe gets tempted out of retirement for a Manny Pacquiao rematch?
What do you say?
I say he doesn't need to fight again, but I also would definitely come and watch. So I'm sort of like,
You'll come and watch. We have to see what happens Saturday, first of all. Of course, Floyd is legendary, just as Manny. There's no issue there. But you cannot skip. There's Barrios before, and Lance is a great journalist. I think he pulled out a good. I don't know if he interviewed Floyd or it's just his imagination, but it's something that has people talking about. So it's going to be a great.
Pacquiao's latest interviews and activity on social media reveal his clear desire to step back into the ring with Floyd. He firmly believes he can triumph in a rematch and alter the narrative. That assurance is rooted in his recent performances, particularly in the Barrios fight. Manny appears motivated by unfinished business and feels that a second showdown would not only fix prior errors, but also enhance his standing. His message has evolved from curiosity to firm resolve.
You would even fight him today?
Even here.
Oh my goodness. Tell me about that fight a little bit. Being in there with Floyd, Floyd being in there with you, like what was the experience like being there, in the ring, fighting him finally?
It's good, but despite all those things, but then after the fight, right after the fight, I went to the hospital and got operated with my
Yeah, you got an operation, yeah. I remember you posted a picture of it.
Really hurt.
Was he better or worse than you thought he was?
No, that's his style. Like, I knew it. But the thing is, I'm expecting that I won the fight because he didn't throw a lot of punches. I throw a lot of punches. And I reviewed the compi box, like slow motion from first round to 12 rounds. Like how many punches get connected and how many punches of him he connected. Mm-hmm. You know, that's boxing.
Yeah.
I'm not complaining or making, just it happened that way. It happened to me many times.
Did you want a rematch with Floyd?
I'm still active. It's up to him if he's going to fight.
You would even fight him today?
Even here.
Oh my goodness.
Even here.
Yeah, that fire never dies, man.
My right hand is complete.
Boxing analyst Chris Algieri shared an impartial and reflective opinion regarding the rematch talk. He mentioned that although the contest is not confirmed, it remains within reach. Algieri explained that Manny's recent display against Barrios has reignited fan excitement. He emphasized that amid all speculation, Pacquiao ultimately controls whether it materializes. His fitness, drive, and readiness could tempt Floyd into one final contest. Algieri's remarks lend weight to what many believe could eventually unfold.
Listen, if Floyd's talking about coming back,
And that's what I wanted to touch on. Do you think that this now warrants Floyd Mayweather with his competitive spirit and attitude to come back and maybe try to one-up Manny Pacquiao by beating him again?
That wouldn't surprise me at all because I know how Floyd is when it comes to, seeing other people doing their thing. He's like, that's who's this? So I think that's a really good possibility of happening. But again, that's going to come down to Floyd and Manny. I think they're both in the driver's seat. Floyd's always in the driver's seat,
Prior to Pacquiao facing Mario Barrios, rumors had already circulated that a victory would set the stage for another meeting with Floyd. The monetary incentive is enormous, with estimates surpassing $1 billion in earnings. Now that Manny has finished the Barrios contest, supporters are calling even louder for the sequel. Considering the backgrounds and huge followings of both athletes, the encounter could exceed recent blockbuster fights in worldwide attraction and financial gain.
News: Floyd Mayweather vs. Manny Pacquiao 2 is in talks to happen next if Pacquiao beats Mario Barrios. And Mayweather is expected to be ringside for Pacquiao's fight on Saturday night. And according to reports, the rematch could be the first ever fight to generate over $1 billion, and that would lure Mayweather out of retirement. Now, I definitely saw this coming. Manny's coming out of retirement after 4 years, of course because he's passionate about the sport, and Barrios is a world champion, so it's a legacy fight. But there's bigger name opponents Manny can fight, and the biggest of them all is definitely Floyd Mayweather. I mean, their first fight generated 4.6 million pay-per-view buys, did over $600 million in revenue, including pay-per-views and ticket sales and sponsorships. And even though the fight didn't live up to expectations, it could still be a massive fight. 2 to 3 million pay-per-views right now. Or you could put it on Netflix and hundreds of millions of people would watch it worldwide. So if Manny can pull off the upset against Mario Barrios and become WBC champion on Saturday, don't be shocked if these two's negotiations really start to heat up.
Former champion Sean Porter presented an alternate perspective. He feels the story between Mayweather and Pacquiao concluded in 2015 and should remain closed. Porter argues that revisiting it could turn the bout into a sentimental exhibition instead of a competitive showdown. He also believes emerging fighters with more to prove might provide greater excitement. In his opinion, both legends deserve recognition for their achievements, not pressure to enter another intense spotlight that might impact their legacies.
Listen, we've seen Manny on the end of bad decisions before. Timothy Bradley, excuse me. Jeff Horn fight, and shout out to Tim. I know how you feel about that. Family. All right. But this is what he's got to deal with. You can't go through a camp, do what you just did right there. We saw all the heart, everything that we've always seen from Manny, and this is the result. Shout out to Mario. He made the fight difficult just from being a big guy who is a better boxer than I realized, came to the ring with a true game plan to try to box and be patient, find openings and things of that nature. I don't think that Mario did enough to win. I don't think he did enough for a draw. I think that there was a lot more that he could have done. But the main thing is the style that he chose to box was actually a good style to use against Manny Pacquiao. They were saying that they were going to come right to the middle of the ring, and they did. But they came to the middle of the ring, and then they circled, they moved, they worked behind the jab. Not enough jabs, not enough of everything for Mario, so I really don't agree with the draw. All that said, y'all know I got to say the rest. Y'all know I got to say the rest.
Well, let me ask
One
you
more?
this. Should Manny fight younger guys still? Like, should he fight a Tank? Should he fight a Rolly? Or should he rematch Floyd?
I don't think y'all want to see him with Floyd. Do y'all? I don't know. I'm feeling like the world, because it's Manny Pacquiao, it makes sense for it to be Floyd Mayweather, but I don't know. I thought yesterday you were poking the bear.
Online discussions have intensified as fans reassess the journeys of both competitors. A key point of conversation is Pacquiao's remarkable accomplishment of securing championships in 8 weight divisions. That achievement alone fuels theories that he could hold an advantage in a rematch. Supporters attempt to predict a winner today by weighing legacy, recent displays, and stylistic contrasts. Manny's history of challenging elite names across divisions strengthens the belief that he can still compete with anyone, Floyd included.
So is Floyd Mayweather greater than Manny Pacquiao? I always get this question. If you know me, you know my answer. Floyd is not greater than Pacquiao, and Pacquiao has him beat by a really good margin in my opinion. Let's talk about it. If your argument is Floyd beat Pacquiao, throw it out the window. Every single boxer in history has lost damn near. That's like saying Buster Douglas is greater than Mike Tyson. If your argument is Manny lost in his career and Floyd didn't, I would disagree with that type of logic, but if that's the case, you got to put all the undefeated fighters at the top. Bud, Inoue, Usyk, Kazagi, all those guys should be in your top 5. I like Floyd. I like Floyd a little bit more than Manny. I'm not going to lie. Manny's a bit chaotic at times. I don't like that. I like sweet, smooth-looking boxing. But let's speak objectively here. If we're talking about in terms of career, whose career will be more harder to replicate? It's going to be Manny Pacquiao, and it's by a really good margin. Now, Floyd's most impressive feats, you look at him, he's a, 5 division champion. He's beaten 23 world champions. He's been in how many title fights? Floyd has an amazing career. And I'm not saying that it can be done. It probably will never be done again. But I could see somebody doing that before they do what Manny did. And that's why I have Manny as the greatest boxer of all time. Just not based off ability. When you look at the guys that Manny beat, the reason why he got the 2000s Fighter of the Decade over Floyd Mayweather, the reason why he got Fighter of the Year 3 years in a row, almost 4 years in a row. Yes, Manny lost. Manny fought more world champions than Floyd, though. We don't speak on that. Then you get into the 8 weight division. These are only the 8 he won titles in. Manny Pacquiao fought through, I want to say, 10 or 11 different weight divisions. If you want to speak on the lineal titles, I want to say he holds the most lineals of all time with like 5 or 6. Youngest lineal flyweight, oldest welterweight champion. It's insane. The youngest lineal fly is also the oldest welterweight champion. I like Floyd. Floyd's my number 2 all time. This isn't a diss to Floyd, but Manny Manny, I believe objectively, is the greatest fighter above Ali, above Floyd, above Duran, above Leonard, above everybody. I think he has a career that is absolutely impossible to replicate. When Floyd was picking on guys like Andre Berto and Conor McGregor, Manny Pacquiao beat the undefeated young active champion and Keith Thurman to join the pound for pound at 40 years of age while being a senator. He's the greatest boxer of all time.
NFL player Cam Bynum joined the growing praise for Pacquiao's current condition. For him, the focus is not the rival. It centers on Manny's aura inside the ropes. Whether facing Floyd or a rising contender, Bynum simply hopes to witness Pacquiao compete again. He highlighted Manny's enthusiasm and spirit, which have reignited public excitement. It shows how one strong outing can reshape audience demand. Manny does not require a revenge storyline. He only needs a platform to prove he still has it.
In the fight, I thought Manny won myself, but what did you see? How did you see the fight?
All right, so obviously I'm a Manny fan, but I'm gonna try and keep it non-biased as possible. It was a great fight. It was a close fight. Both had moments, but I think overall Manny did more. I think his punches were more effective, more active. So even on top of that, just the ability for him to go the 12 rounds and do what he was able to do, but be more active every single round. I feel like Barrios picked it up the last few rounds, but I still don't believe that was enough. Manny started fast and he sustained pretty much, kind of let his foot off the gas towards the end, but I still thought, in my opinion, it was enough to win the fight to where I don't see how even the one judge got the decision towards Barrios.
Manny told me he thought he won 8-4, even if it's 7-5. But the draw was surprising. At least they didn't rob him. But
yeah.
Do you want to see a rematch? Do you see Mayweather? Do you want to see Rolly? I mean, Manny told me he likes the Rolly fight, I think.
I just want to see Manny. I want to see him in the ring. It doesn't matter who, because I know whoever he fights, it'll be an exciting fight. Obviously, the Floyd one will be big, and that'd, blow up the whole boxing world again. But I just think overall, I want to see Manny in the ring, and I think anybody who has signed a contract with Manny knows what they're going into, and isn't going to be one of those boring fights where they're running. It's going to be, combative, and they're going to be standing in the middle of the ring and fight. And I think, especially like what Manny was saying, he took 2 months for this fight. He has a little more. He's going to look even better. Regardless of the
4
win or
years
loss,
off, 46
exactly.
years
Regardless
old.
Of the win
He
or
looked
loss,
amazing. He
I
didn't
was
lose.
proud of the way that he went out there. Yeah, he didn't lose.
The draw.
And he fought really well. It was clean. There's nothing. It was just clean. It was a clean fight. But kudos to Barrios for keeping him, keeping it close.
Talk of a second Mayweather versus Pacquiao encounter is gaining momentum. Observers and supporters believe it stands the best chance of becoming official among potential legacy fights. When compared to anticipated mega bouts like Canelo versus Crawford, this rivalry carries richer history, stronger tension, and unparalleled emotional stakes. It would transcend a typical boxing match. It would become a worldwide phenomenon. As the sport progresses, nothing commands attention like two of its greatest names meeting once more. Devoted followers of the Mayweather-Pacquiao saga often argue over who initially sidestepped the matchup. Records indicate both sides delayed discussions at different times. Floyd reportedly withdrew twice while Manny did so once. This exchange of accusations deepens the storyline. Fans remain split and passionate about how the first meeting unfolded and who truly caused the postponement. That controversy continues to intensify demands for another clash. A closing chapter to resolve lingering disputes.
I was criticised Floyd Mayweather for running in their fight, which was meant to be the fight of the century, and kind of flopped in most people's eyes. This is according to Boxing Kingdom. He said Floyd Mayweather was running for the whole 12 rounds and he won the fight. How is that even possible? I feel sorry for the fans because the fight was boring. That's not what the fans expect from us. If I am a fan, of course, I want to see a good fight and not a fashion show. Now I get it, Manny Pacquiao lost the biggest fight of his career. He lost a fight that may have put him in conversation for the best boxer of all time. And I want to know your opinions on whether Floyd Mayweather did run for the entirety of that fight. In my opinion though, Floyd Mayweather did not run in that fight. He fought tactically, he fought very, very clever. He counterpunched Manny Pacquiao. It wasn't like a Devin Haney performance where he was skating around the outside of the ring. You could see that there was bouts in that fight where Floyd Mayweather was setting up counterpunches and landing combinations himself. I think Manny Pacquiao is just a little bit hurt that he lost the biggest fight of his career, really. But there's no excuses there. Manny Pacquiao could have adapted his game. Floyd Mayweather was too defensive. Manny Pacquiao could have overwhelmed him with barrages of punches. The problem is that Manny Pacquiao wasn't able to do that because Floyd Mayweather was too clever and his counter-punching was too good on the night that Manny Pacquiao would likely have been knocked out if he put more pressure on than he already did. But let me know your opinions on the Mayweather and Pacquiao fight. Did Floyd Mayweather run around for the entirety of the fight, or was it just very, very poor planning and a poor game plan from Manny Pacquiao? Let me know in the comments. As always, a like, favourite, saving and share, all appreciated. And for more boxing content, hit the follow button. Peace out.
The 2015 showdown between Pacquiao and Mayweather was promoted as the fight of the century, yet it disappointed many. Spectators anticipated explosive action but witnessed a tactical defensive display. The original contest between Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao drew heavy criticism from both fans and experts. Many hoped for an unforgettable battle but felt let down by the limited exchanges and intensity. Roy Jones Jr. even commented that Floyd should not feel excessive pride in that victory. The match did not deliver the sense of closure supporters had awaited for years. Today, a rematch is seen not just as a final opportunity for redemption, but also as a chance to present the electrifying encounter that was once promised. It represents restoring honor and reshaping the memory of their rivalry.
I would not be able to take credit for beating Pacquiao after he got knocked out by Marquez, because that's not the same Pacquiao. Of course. That's not the Pacquiao at the top of his game. Yeah, of course. But in society today, we'll call that person the best fighter ever. Of course. When that's not how that goes. That's not reality. But in the business world, it is, because look how much money.
All right, everyone. Stay tuned for the latest in boxing news, highlights, events, and stories. Subscribe to Knockout today and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Be sure to watch our other videos too. Until next time, take care and stay safe.